If I told you that one book, which had nothing to do with video editing, gave me an unfair advantage, would you believe me? I probably wouldn't either, until I read it. A book so powerful that it's banned in several prisons, critics saying it promotes manipulation and unethical behavior, the author being labeled as the modern day Machiavelli. And yet, what I learned from it completely changed the way I maneuver in my editing business. Now you see, this book isn't about editing techniques or client outreach or anything about business in general. It's about power, influence, strategy. Now once I took the lessons from this book and applied them to my freelancing business, everything changed. You see, freelance editing is a lot about psychology and strategy. It's not enough to just be a good editor anymore. You need something more. You need power. Today, I'm breaking down the 5 laws that helped me the most in freelance editing and how you can use them to scale, charge more, and stand out in the market. Law 5. So much depends on reputation. Guard it with your life. In freelancing, your reputation dictates how easy your path is gonna be. Clients don't just hire you for your skills, they hire based on trust, perception, and most importantly, what others say about you. There's numerous times when I performed well for one client and as a byproduct got in another client through a referral from him. While others are spending their time sending hundreds of outreaches, your strong reputation allows you to get clients on autopilot just by delivering good products to previous clients. Through reputation alone, you could be in a place where you don't have to outreach to clients ever again. Once it slips, however, you won't be hearing from them much. One missed deadline, one mediocre product, one bad attitude can ruin months of work. People talk. Everything you do it your best. You never know when a guy knows a guy who knows a guy who's looking for your service. Law number 6. Court attention at all cost. Being invisible is the worst place to be as a freelancer. You might have extraordinary skills. You might even be in the top 1%. But if no one knows about you, you're gonna get outperformed by the mediocre guy who's well known. A line from the book goes as follows: what is unseen counts for nothing. Never let yourself get lost in the crowd, then, or buried in oblivion. Stand out. Make yourself a magnet of attention by appearing larger, more colorful, more mysterious than the bland and timid masses. I want you to actually take a moment and read through this and understand it. What is unseen counts for nothing. The sick edit you made and just left in your folder counts for nothing. Sure, you improved your skills, but you left so much on the table. Attention is currency. Put yourself out there. Post your work. Share your wins. Document your journey. Be loud. Make yourself known by any means necessary. The moment I started growing my brand on X and YouTube was the moment everything took off. My skills stayed the same, I just became seen. Law number 11. Learn to keep people dependent on you. To maintain your independence, you must always be needed and wanted. The more you are relied on, the more freedom you have. Once you acquire a client who's dependent on you, you hold all the cards. You decide how much you want to charge. You decide the deadlines. You become the one in power. Becoming irreplaceable is the best way to make money with video editing. Staying replaceable, however, will lead you to burnout, low ticket hell, and most likely miserable. There are multiple ways to become irreplaceable through understanding your client's specific goals, suggesting content ideas, improving their workflow, etc. Of course, you have to also be an excellent communicator, top 1% editor, and never miss any deadlines or disappoint the client. which may sound difficult, such as all good things in life. Making your value go beyond video editing will make the client think, damn, I can't do this without them. And that's the moment you can say you made it. In this game, having a couple loyal clients is 10 times better than chasing new ones every month. And that's the result of learning to keep people dependent on you. Law 13. When asking for help, appeal to people's self-interest, never to their mercy or gratitude. Uncover something in your request that will benefit him and emphasize it out of all proportion. He will respond enthusiastically when he sees something to be gained for himself. This law will change the way you outreach to clients. Most make the mistake of saying things like, hey, I'd love to edit for you. I'm a great editor, let me edit your videos. But the prospect will find a way to ignore you. There is an art to making requests. It depends on your ability to understand the person you're reaching out to and to not confuse your need with theirs. Most never succeed at this because they're completely trapped in their own wants and desires. The prospects you reach out to couldn't care less about your needs and wants. Even the richest, most influential people in the world are completely locked inside needs of their own. And if you make a request with no appeal to their self-interest, they will only see you as desperate and at best a waste of time. However, once you make them see how you can in some way meet their needs or help them in some way, your offer will sound much more appealing to them. When outreaching, train your brain to see in the other person's mind, to see their needs and interests, and forget your own feelings for the time being. Master this art and there are no limits to what you can accomplish. Law 34. Be royal in your own fashion. Act like a king to be treated like one. The way you carry yourself will often determine how you are treated. In the long run, appearing vulgar or common will make people disrespect you. By acting regally and confident of your powers, you make yourself seem destined to wear a crown. Most editors position themselves as desperate freelancers, begging for work, undercharging and even apologizing for their rates. But the ones who own their value, speak with confidence, who set boundaries, are the ones who get treated like professionals. I figured it out early on when I wasn't confident at all. I was super self-conscious about how much my service was actually worth, and that's exactly how I got treated. Only after I started respecting myself and sticking up for my worth did the clients start taking me seriously. Clients mirror your energy. Act like you're worth thousands a month and you'll most likely get valued that way. So ask yourself, are you acting like a servant, or do you make yourself seem destined to wear a crown?